What's going on, guys? It's Alex the Real Mr. Robinson here, and I'm back with another Stardust video, and this time we're not doing a movie. I thought about doing Red Sparrow, but just kind of wanted to stay clear of that movie, and I kind of wanted to do Death Wish, but I didn't see it. I want to see it just to kind of see how bad it could possibly be, but I haven't had the time to go and see it. So instead, we're going to do the Academy Awards. Now, once again, because I always get new subscribers, and I know a lot of people stumble across my videos, especially now that I'm re-reviewing all the Godzilla movies. What is Stardust? Well, Stardust is this app that allows you to do 30-second reactions to a movie, TV show, trailer, even simulator rides. Like, I did reactions to the 2 Star Tours attractions the last time I was over at Disneyland. And it's a great way to voice your opinion on a movie without having to go through all the process of a YouTube video like what I'm doing right now. And what's also great about it is that it's quick, straight to the point, and it's out there for the world to see at the snap of a finger. And for me, it's fantastic because it allows me to review things that I wouldn't normally review on this YouTube channel, whether it be a TV show, a trailer, or just anything else. And it allows me to review movies that I did see but didn't have the time to do a full-fledged YouTube review on, like Winchester, for example. So how these videos will work is I'll take reactions off of Stardust that I really like and usually talk off of them in order to explain some thoughts I have on a certain subject. And in this case, it was the 90th Academy Awards, which were this previous Sunday. And before the awards started, I actually sent a call out on Stardust for you guys to tag me in your reactions so that I could see them and probably feature you on this video. And to those people who tagged me in their reactions to the Academy Awards and the results, thank you guys. I have a handful of Stardust reactions to get through, so let's get into them. The first Stardust reaction I have comes from Zachary, and it concerns my favorite movie of 2017, Coco.
Oh my god, I'm so happy Coco won. But if the Boss Baby won, I would give up on humanity. God, I'm still thinking about it. Oh, imagine the Emoji movie being nominated. Oh, God. Thoughts still in my head. It's okay. Coco won. It's a bad dream.
Just on a random side note, the Razzie winners were announced the day before the Academy Awards, which I honestly don't pay attention to the Razzies anymore just because they're kind of bullshit. They just go after what's popular and not what's truly one of the worst movies of the year, like The Snowman. But that being said, the Emoji Movie won the award for Worst Picture, the only animated movie to do so, so hey, there's that little victory right there. But let's get back into Coco. Let's actually get back to the subject at hand. Out of all the movies nominated, there are 2 reasons why Coco was the obvious winner the second the nominations were announced. One is because it's the only great animated movie that everyone saw. I didn't see Loving Vincent and I didn't see The Breadwinner because they weren't really mainstream releases, so not a whole lot of people got to see them. And then 2, in terms of the mainstream releases, 2017 was a crap year for animation. You had The Boss Baby being nominated, and then Ferdinand, which I didn't see because I was too busy watching a little independent movie called The Last Jedi. So I can't really voice my opinion on Ferdinand, but The Boss Baby, it wasn't as bad as the Emoji Movie, but it was still a really annoying experience going to see it in the theater. And I still question, what does the Academy have against Lego? I mean, yeah, they're movies based off toys, but the Lego Movie and Lego Batman are some of the funniest movies out there, and the Lego Movie should have been nominated the year it came out. I don't get why the Academy doesn't like Lego, but the important thing is Coco won, and I'm happy for that because Coco really was my favorite movie of last year. Okay, so moving forward, we got a reaction from Jacob Cruz, who actually does something that I wanted to do while watching the Academy Awards, but I just prefer live tweeting it at RealMrRobinson if you don't follow me on Twitter. But anyway, he reacts to something that was definitely a long time coming.
And the Oscar goes to
Roger Deakins wins! Yes, finally! Oh, he won for Blade Runner, finally. Yes, I'm so happy. 40 nominations and I gotta say, Blade Runner deserves it. This movie was beautiful. I mean, I loved Dunkirk, of course with the IMAX cameras, but now I'm gonna listen now to the Sir Roger Deakins. Wow, yes!
So yeah, Roger Deakins is probably the best cinematographer working in the industry. Been nominated 14 times, but like Alfred Hitchcock, has never ever won an Academy Award until that night. It was something long deserved because Roger Deakins' work is just so phenomenal that it was criminal that he hasn't won an Oscar. Because he's worked a lot with the Coen brothers on stuff like True Grit, No Country for Old Men. He did a lot of Denis Villeneuve's films like Sicario, Prisoners, and the big movie that really introduced me to his style in terms of how to shoot a movie was Skyfall, which in my opinion is the best Daniel Craig Bond movie in the world. And when you watch Blade Runner 2049, you know it's an absolutely gorgeous movie. I mean, that movie did win the Oscar for Best Visual Effects, which I think should have gone to War for the Planet of the Apes, because if they were going to keep snubbing Andy Serkis, at least throw the apes a bone with that Oscar. But regardless, the cinematography is just gorgeous. There's so many iconic, amazing, beautiful shots throughout the whole thing. And it probably was going to be either between that, Shape of Water, and Dunkirk. Because no matter which cinematographer Christopher Nolan is working with, they always deliver on gorgeous looking movies. And The Shape of Water was beautiful, no question about it at all, but I felt like it was more in line to win Best Production Design over Best Cinematography, which I was right on. So, yeah, Roger Deakins, long time coming, he definitely deserved that win. Alright, this next reaction comes from Retro, and we're gonna actually head back to Coco for the second Oscar that the movie won.
So Coco won for Best Animated Feature last night. This makes me so happy because it is such an amazing and beautiful movie. The animation is stellar, everything about it. The score is amazing, I'll get to that later. I saw this 3 times in theaters, that's how much I loved it, and every single time it got me to cry. A lot of people were saying This Is Me should have won instead of Remember Me. I hate This Is Me, I think it's one of the worst songs in The Greatest Showman, and I love Remember Me, so yeah.
I won't go so far as to say that I hate it, but out of all the songs in The Greatest Showman, that's the one you guys picked to be nominated. I thought the first 2 songs of the movie were better, and the Never Enough song was better, but hey, that's just me. Remember Me was another nope duh, because music plays such an important and vital role to the story of Coco, because the main character wants to grow up to be a musician, just like his great-great-grandfather. And whenever that song pops up, especially near the end of the movie, everyone just cries. So, like, it doesn't matter who you are, you burst into tears whenever Remember Me plays. And another clear sign that it was going to win was because this is the same duo that wrote Let It Go from Frozen. Robert Lopez and Kristen Anderson Lopez. And, you know, whatever you think about Let It Go, or Frozen in general, they definitely deserve that Oscar, and they deserve this Oscar as well. It seems like these two are pretty much for Disney now what Alan Menken and Howard Ashman were for Disney back at the beginning of their renaissance with movies like Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, and Aladdin, where that duo just made some of the most amazing Disney songs out there. I see Robert Lopez and Kristen Anderson Lopez going down that same path. They are just incredibly talented, and I can't wait to see what else they do for Disney. They're that good. Although one moment I will say, and this is probably not really a laughing matter at all, when they were giving their acceptance speech, they were playing the music as a signal to kind of get them off, and Robert Lopez said, "This is also dedicated to my mother who passed away," and the music just stopped. The people I was watching with, we all laughed, and I was laughing too, but I'm just like, that's not the intended response. That's like a serious sad moment, but it's funny that now, for anyone who's out there accepting an award, whether it's an Oscar, Emmy, Golden Globe, whatever, now you have the secret weapon in order to keep the guys up there from playing you out. So, yeah, just talk about a dead relative, you're good to go. Next up, we have a reaction concerning what won Best Picture, and this reaction comes from Safo. I hope I pronounced her username correctly, but if you go to the app and follow her, she goes by Sofia Primera.
I thought Jimmy Kimmel did a great job hosting the Oscars last night, and I'm so happy that The Shape of Water and Guillermo won for Best Director. He absolutely deserves it. And Roger Deakins finally got his Oscar for cinematography with Blade Runner and visual effects. I'm not saying that Blade Runner isn't deserving, but just for a third film in its franchise, the achievements with visual effects and motion capture is absolutely amazing for Planet of the Apes, and I'm really sad that it didn't take the win.
And I've already said my piece about War for the Planet of the Apes not winning the Academy Award for Best Visual Effects, but in terms of Best Picture and Best Director, my second favorite movie of the year was The Shape of Water, which obviously was my pick for Best Picture, and I'm so glad that it got it, because I was so nervous that Three Billboards was going to win Best Picture because it seemed like it was the popular choice. Not saying that Three Billboards is bad at all. It's not. It's a great film, but it just didn't move me or amaze me in the same way The Shape of Water did. Shape of Water just stuck with me for days. I loved it that much. And I just love Guillermo del Toro's style of directing and just how much of a visionary he is. So I'm really glad that he got Best Director, but I'm also shocked that he didn't win an Academy Award beforehand. I just had to look up Pan's Labyrinth because I swore that it won the Academy Award for Best Foreign Film, but I guess it didn't. So that shocks me that Guillermo del Toro has gone this long without an Oscar, but hey, the man finally got it, and he's just so passionate about everything, and I love his enthusiasm, I love his dedication towards film, and I also love the way he celebrates a lot of the times, because when he won the Golden Globe, he went straight to In-N-Out, probably the most LA thing anybody could do after a good victory or a good day. Just go to In-N-Out, you'll be good. Alright, so the last reaction I have comes from Late to the Party, and the reason I'm picking their reaction last is because they go over a lot of the other wins that I really want to get into.
Sam Rockwell, you son of a bitch, you did it. So excited for you.
Garrett Oldman finally winning an Oscar. We got Frances McDormand winning her Oscar as well. Guillermo del Toro cleaning it up with Shape of Water with Best Picture and Best Director.
And Alessandra Desplat for the best score as well. And
Love
then,
it.
of course, Coco.
Coco, and then Jordan Peele winning for Best Original Screenplay. Hell
Good
yeah.
for everybody. So much fun.
So the first win of the night was Sam Rockwell for Three Billboards for Best Supporting Actor. And as much as I was against this movie winning Best Picture, he deserved that award for Best Supporting Actor, because Sam Rockwell is really one of my favorite actors out there. Hell, he was the best part in Iron Man 2, and I'm one of the few people out there that defends Iron Man 2. But he definitely deserved it. In terms of Frances McDormand winning Best Actress, I don't hate it, but I would have picked Sally Hawkins. The reason is, Sally Hawkins conveyed so much with so little because she was playing a mute woman. And I know some people are going to hate me for this, but this is the exact same reason why I argued Eddie Redmayne should win Best Actor for Theory of Everything when that came out, which he did, over Michael Keaton. As great as Michael Keaton was in Birdman, and I loved his performance, Eddie Redmayne conveyed so much with so little, and that's exactly what Sally Hawkins did. But they're both British. It must be a British thing. But anyway, I don't have anything against Frances McDormand winning. She was fantastic in Three Billboards. I just would have picked Sally Hawkins. Then the last thing I want to talk about was Get Out winning Best Original Screenplay, which is a fantastic achievement for Jordan Peele, considering that his first feature film got him an Oscar nomination as a producer, a director, and a writer. So that's amazing altogether. Get Out had no shot in hell winning Best Picture. I love Get Out. It was one of my favorite movies of last year at number 9, but I knew it wasn't going to get Best Picture. But Screenplay is well deserved because it's one of those movies that you watch a second time and you start to pick up on little details that you didn't notice the first time, and you realize, okay, this leads to that, which leads to this, which leads to that, and that's just the clear signs of a great screenplay. That's about it. The Academy Awards overall were what they were. Sometimes they have jokes that hit or miss. Jimmy Kimmel was good, though he wasn't as funny as he was last year, probably because of all the hot subjects that you really can't make jokes about. But I gotta say, watching the Academy Awards has made me have a little more respect for Jimmy Kimmel and really see that, yeah, he's funny. But for me personally, next year, I want to see Dave Chappelle or Conan O'Brien host the Oscars. That would be great. Or it could go horribly wrong, who knows. So thank you to everyone who submitted their Stardust reactions to me. And if you want to join the Stardust app, just download the app on your phone. Go ahead, create an account, go ahead, follow me, I'll follow you back. Or you could go to the link right down here, stardust.app.link /RealMrRobinson, and tell the people over at Stardust that I sent you. Once again, thank you guys for your reactions. Until next time, I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment down below and tell me what your thoughts were on the Academy Awards, if you've seen them, and what you think of all the Academy Award winners. And as always, this is the Real Mr. Robinson telling you, there's only one.